Hey guys, welcome back to Instructions for Humanity. It's your girl Tahirah, Mother of the Ages. Let's get right into this very important teaching. We want to talk about the metaphysics of tears and what exactly does that mean. So I'm just going to let Spirit kind of guide me about this, because what happened to me, I was lying in my bed earlier and then a tear just started to roll down my cheeks. And then in my mind's eye, something said, this is a message, right? Something said there is a message in our tears itself. Our tears itself is how we can talk to Spirit. Our tears in itself is metaphysical. Our tears in itself is cleansing. Our tears in itself is how we are lining up with the dark void womb, cosmic mama, the dark void of the multiverse, omniverse. And there's a dark void womb, guys, on every single dimension. I'm a spiritual medium hypnotherapist. I lead people to the higher realms of consciousness for quantum healing, past life regression therapy. You can email me if you like a session. Very, very healing. Instructions number 4, humanity@gmail.com. So there is, on every dimension, a dark void womb. On every dimension, there is water. On every dimension, there is a Garden of Eden. So we're going to talk about tears, the metaphysics of tears, and how I had a spiritual awakening through crying. And how you can use crying to tap into the divine, to make things happen for you. You can use tears, but not just any tears. Let me tell you what happened. I was going through a very difficult time in my life around 2020. The world had shut down and I had lost everything in my physical world, including my longtime partner. I lost everything. So as you can tell, when you have nowhere to turn, what do? We always turn to the divine. We always turn to God. Whatever you call your God, we turn to Jesus, Yahuda, Yeshua, Allah, whatever you call it. You turn to that source. So I returned to the source, but I didn't understand I was returning to the source. I sat down to do my meditation and to honor my ancestors. I had my whole setup. I had all the pictures in there, my candles, and my sage and Palo Santo and all of that, just to commune with my ancestors, because I was feeling this deep sadness in the inside. And this is when this happened to me. There was a deep welling that came from deep within my soul. It was the sort of crying that was almost crying out for me. This crying was dualistic in nature. It wasn't just me crying out. It was like someone else was matching my frequency and also crying out to me. This is when I met who I coin now Mother God of the living waters. I heard a voice in my mind's eye. It was almost like a calming, almost like someone moving their hand like this. Almost like, do not cry, child. I am your mother. And this voice, it spoke with such authority. So I knew it was not my earthly mother that had passed on. But in fact, it was cosmic mama. In fact, the actual soul essence that I felt was actually Yemaya. And you guys know she is a deity. People that are into Ifa and, all of that stuff, you guys know she is a deity. And I had been seeing peacocks for like a year prior, and I had been just drawn to the color blue. And, I have the attributes of someone that would be a daughter of Yemaya. Now, guys, I don't get into any religions or anything that takes away my sovereignty. I am the sovereign. I am. That's where I stand on this channel. I was raised Christian, but as I awoken in consciousness, I started to resonate with the Christ energy. The Christ energy is extracting all of the code and all of the lies that humanity has put on the Christ. I've taken the core value of it, and it's inside of my soul essence. So that's the energy I stand in, because in this incarnation, I'm here to transcend the duality of unconditional love. So I am holding the energy of the Christ energy in this particular incarnation as Tahirah, Mother of the Ages. So I say that to say that I'm sovereign, right? But it was Yemaya who reached out to me and basically said, do not cry, child. I am your mother. And this was a tears The sort of tears I cried is not your everyday tears. If you want to use these tears as magic, the metaphysics of tears is what we're talking about. It's a sort of purity. Tahirah, my name Tahirah means purity. It's a purity that not only puts you in a state of purity, but it's also a state of purification at the same time. And that purification lines up with the essence I'm holding, unconditional love, the Christ energy. So it was all of those energies, and then the heart chakra being crystalline, emerald green. It was all of those things lined up that gave me the key codes, the access for this beautiful being, Yemaya, to contact me. Now, who is Yemaya? I believe everything is energy. She is the energy of water. I talk a lot about water. We are really water. That's who we are. Water is equivalent to pure spirit consciousness. People always talk about having a spirit and having a soul. I take the spirit one step further and talk about the spirit consciousness, because the spirit consciousness never dies. The spirit consciousness is what returns to beyond the creation, where you are just the dark matter in waiting. But that consciousness is just still with you, but it's currently being unexpressed, but you still hold all of that information. So that's the aspect I'd like to look at it. So when she reached out and she said she was my mother, and I knew exactly who she was, and I knew that she was a vibratory state of water, Mother God of the living waters. I've actually named my own God. I tell you, we make up these names. Mother God of the living waters. That's how I alchemize this to turn it into what would work for the sovereign I am, right? But she was the initial one being that came to me. Weird, I'm wearing blue. Go figure. So it's very fitting. Okay, thank you, Spirit. But yeah, and I'm forever grateful because she matched my heart space. She matched my tears. So how do we alchemize, right? How do we alchemize our tears? We have to have a pure heart space. I always talk about this. Love is the way. Forgiveness is the key. Truth is the light that guides us home. When we have a loving heart, when we forgive, that's how we exercise our heart. That's how our heart chakra gets stronger. It's through the act of having something done to you and you forgiving. Having something done to you and you forgiving. That's how you exercise and you get that clear chakra color, the emerald green heart chakra. It's through going through something and still forgiving, patching it up, healing, and expanding it to grow even that much stronger and brighter. So when we have these deep wounds, right, in our soul, we can alchemize that. This is how you're going to get in contact with your mother of the God of the living waters. It's when the heart space lines up with the pain that you want to transcend. And you'll be meeting your mother God of the living waters. Pure spirit consciousness, dark void womb. It's that water in the womb, the cosmic womb that we're all in. That is who reached out to me. Yemaya was only a representation of that because people know about her. So that aspect of water, pure spirit, water essence came to me. And I'm forever grateful because of it. Now I understand that I am water, pure spirit consciousness. I can never die. I can never be captured. I'm ever flowing and I'm all knowing. I'm intelligent. We all are. So when the heart space lines up with the pain, guys, you have to go through something to get this, to alchemize these tears. You have to go through something and you have to want to go through it. So many times we want to just dwell on what has happened to us, but we never want to alchemize it, to be on the other side of it, to be the giant of it, the conqueror of it, to stand on the mountain when it's all said and done and look at every hill and every bump that you have climbed along the way. We get stuck in the minutia of it. That is not how you alchemize it. So how we can use these tears to connect with spirit is the heart space and the pain at the same time. Don't be afraid to show emotion. A lot of us are holding stuff in. We won't even cry in our private spaces. I cry all the time. I cry. I see an ant, I might start crying. I mean, I cry at the silliest things. But I'm just saying that it's okay to cry because our cosmic families are listening. They're here to help us. I'm sure Yemaya, I'm sure Mother God of the Living Waters had been standing by for me to have this breakthrough. Had just been standing by in the wings, waiting for me to have this breakthrough. They cannot interfere. But when you ask for help, it's an energetic ask, right? You have to mean it. You have to be in the right heart space to alchemize these tears, is what I'm saying. So we all have pain, right? When you're going through unbearable things, don't be afraid to cry, to alchemize your tears, to go into a space and you just sit there and talk, because your people are around you, your ancestors, your guides, your cosmic families you belong to, even the elements itself is here to help you. You can go outside and speak to the wind, beloved, and make it yield unto you, because that's how powerful you are, because you have the intelligent water inside of you. Cosmic data, the watery womb, water you're born with. You could be sitting in front of a pit of fire and alchemize it to rise or to dim itself, because you are energy. So the tears is a two-way street. So when those tears started to fall down my face, it wasn't my tears. This is spirit communicating to me. It's a two-way street. And that's what I learned that day, that the tears have to be a two-way street. It's not just you standing in one polarity of the tear. Someone has to be on the receiving end to pick up the frequency, to now pour in their tears. It's how you alchemize it, transcend it. Clear heart space will do that. Forgiveness in your soul essence. You don't have forgiveness in your soul essence, in your heart space, you cannot alchemize anything, and you will have a horrible life. Forgiveness is the absolute key. I will never stop forgiving. I don't care what somebody has done to me. I forgive you. And I love you. I forgive you. Because ultimately, I'm the main character in my movie. I'm the lead singer of this love story. This love song that we are writing. This world we're living in, it's all about the sovereign I am. So I forgive everybody. Not because I'm called to, because I have the heart to. It's natural for me. It's just who I am. And when you have that sort of countenance, love will always find you. It'll be attracted to you. Because when love goes wrong, when love goes astray, it knows that your soul essence will give it grace. Will give it grace. So it's a short video about tears, but I did feel compelled to come on here and talk about love being a two-way street, but tears being a two-way street. So as we are sitting and our eyes begin to well up, water. That's Mother God of the Living Waters connecting to you. She's crying out too. She hurts too. You're not the only one with pain. She has all of her children here, not just on earth, not just in multiple dimensions of time, all over this omniverse. You don't think she wants her children to come back home? That's what's going on now. That's why I'm here as Mother of the Ages. I come about during the cusp periods, 300-year time slot from one age to the next. And I summarize the messages from the last age, and I teach and I help humanity get birthed onto a higher frequency. But during this time, You have the opportunity to return back home to mama's loving womb. That's where the waters is coming from. That's where the tears are coming from. So we can all go home right now to the dark void womb of cosmic mama. The comforting darkness, the warmth, the protection, the joy, the love, the safety. We can all go back to that space right now. And, you know, as a spiritual medium, hypnotherapist, I hold space for my clients just to be in the eternal moment of now. Some people have never felt what it feels to just be still. So I might bring them to an imagery journey where they're just a star that's existing. Just existing. No pressure to do anything but to be. We can just do that now. And mama's tears is crying out to us during this cusp period. Mama wants us to come home. How do you come home? You come home in consciousness. You awaken. You put down everything that you've learned externally, outside of the womb. You go back into the womb inside to connect with the internal waters. Go on a water fast. Matter of fact, go on a dry fast. This is how I really connected with Mother God of the living waters. You take water away, boy, after 7 days when I finally got that first drop of water, I knew it was God. I knew. I was like, somebody lied. This is God, substance of life. And that's why I talk about it. And that's what I use in my sessions to connect you with. And that's where we pull the information from. It's nothing more than these waters, these internal waters inside. But you have to know how to work with them and how to alchemize it, right? So you can reach out to me to book quantum healing session. Instructions number 4, humanity@gmail.com. But I think I'm going to leave this video here. But I was just prompted because of the tears, and our tears are beautiful. Our tears are how we communicate to the etheric realms. It's how we actually put our stamp on the Akashic records. Passion and pain, both of that puts a stamp in the Akashic records where you can access, and that's what I do. I lead people to the Akashic records where they can access the record of their soul for healing. They can access anything. It's all there, and we use this trail of tears, these puddle of tears, and we use our pain, and that goes into the Akashic records where mama holds all things, right, in the womb space for greater expansion and growth. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Tahirah, Mother of the Ages. I love you, I love you, I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Love is the way. Forgiveness is the key. And truth is the absolute light that will always, always guide us home. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.